Hey, 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 welcome to Famished for More podcast. This is your girl, Misha. And today we're just going to do a quick podcast talking about people pleasing. And where does that show up in your life, in your natal chart, and how you can change it? And what is life trying to tell you in your chart to stop doing that? So, speaking from a former people pleaser myself, I feel like a peace come over me now that I've decided I'm not going to do that shit anymore. Where I understand that being a people pleaser, although I'm doing it from trying to help someone, it is from some lack within myself, right? So once I figured that out, I said enough, because at the end of the people pleasing, I'm the one that's left drained, exhausted, and I've received nothing out of it. And that's because I wasn't doing it from, I feel, a truly authentic place. Because people pleasers, we do that because we want someone, we give what we don't receive. So we give out what we wish others would give to us. But in doing that, that's not teaching people to treat you how you want to be treated. It's teaching people to keep coming back and using you and using you and using you, regardless if your well is full of water or if your well is empty. So a people pleaser needs to learn, it's okay to help people, but you have to help from a well that's full of water and running over. You give out your overflow. You do not give your reservoir to others. And I just have been a people pleaser my whole life because I have a Libra stellium. So I'm talking to the Libras too. If you got heavy Libra in your chart, if you are a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, you already know that you're a people pleaser, and you do it it's just nature. You do it automatically. It's like you think that you wear a hat to solve all the time, keep the balance all the time, mediate all the time, keep others happy all the time. And as a result, you are beating yourself up energetically. You're being depleted. And so when you deplete yourself, it stops you from being fully you and to attain all the things that you're supposed to attain, because you're putting all of your essence into somebody else, trying to please someone else. We're not here for that. I just think being in my 40s now, I just don't give a damn. And having this stroke pushed me to the real, like, yeah, I don't give a damn. It's just like you spend so many years of your younger life trying to please, trying to figure out yourself, just not really knowing, right? Until something happens in your life and you realize, well, damn, I've been putting everything before myself, even in the smallest, minutest ways. If you're a parent, you understand. I don't care what your sign is. If you are a mom or you are a parental guardian for someone else, you understand how you would place their needs before your own, even if your cup is empty, dry rotted, you still would come and make something happen for that person. And as a mother, as a daughter, I was the only daughter and the baby, so a lot of responsibilities fell on me when my mom started getting ill. And it didn't matter if my cup was full or not, though that was my job as my mother's daughter, to be there for her and be her support. Where I fell short at is that I didn't give myself a reservoir to go and refill myself up. So it was draining me, and it was in my 20s, 30s, so I definitely didn't understand how significant it was to have that regenerating spot for myself. I was pouring all my energy and making sure I keep the pleasing, the happiness, the comfort going on for her, for my son, and just be there for people if they needed me. I'll stay on the phone with you. You could talk on the phone with me for hours, and I'll sit there and listen. I'll give you feedback. And at the same time, I sometimes used to hang up that phone and be so drained, but I gave all I could because that's what I've just always done automatically. that shit is over. It is over. I used to feel bad about saying no and all of those type of things. It's like, why? Once I went through having the stroke, I realized you hurting yourself, because those same people that you will exhaust yourself for, if you can't do for them, they will find another way. And that's what me not being able to do how I was or be there for people like I was showed me, that people will find another way. So stop being a people pleaser. Stop thinking that you have to help everybody, because if you can't help them, they'll find somewhere else. Stop letting people drag you, drain you, and you're not getting nothing out of it. And I think all people pleasers need to start thinking of themselves first. What makes me happy? Because you can't be no good to any job, any relationship, your kids, your family, the things you want. You will not have the energy to make it happen. It's just too much will be on you because you're taking on everybody else's shit. So you have to get in a spiritual practice where you can release other people's shit and not have that stuck in your frequency, right? Because if you're an empath, you're taking on their shit. So yeah, you're helping them solve it, but then you're taking on their shit as well. And we have to learn how to release that, so we're not holding that within us, because it helps us move forward and continue to be that help for others. But on another note, again, you can't help nobody until you help yourself. I had to learn that. And like, people pleasing also comes from wanting validation from others. Stop wanting validation from others. The validation you need is from yourself in the mirror. Validation you need is when God wakes you up every morning, when God shows you what you need to do, when God blesses you with things you didn't think you were going to. Those are the validations you need to be looking forward to. People validations will leave you constantly seeking. Seek the person in the mirror and they'll validate you. Then you go outside in the world, you don't need anybody to validate you. You're not doing anything for kudos from somebody else. So, it's like filling the holes that are within, so you don't need no one else outside of you to fill those holes for you. You don't go outside of yourself seeking for someone to fill those holes for you. Or any type of substance or something you obsess with, because we tend to do that. We just move it to the next thing. We try to pacify it instead of really getting to the root issue of why we do the things we do. It's a fear of abandonment. If you don't do something for people, they're not going to like you. And it's so many reasons people do people pleasing, because we all have different walks of life. We've done things in our lives or had things done to us in our lives. We've had different traumas. And so the reason why a person people please can be a variety of reasons. But I know for a fact, if you have Libra strong or Pisces, anything heavy empathic, heavy trying to mediate energy, peaceful, calm energy, those type of people, they tend to always want to people please because they want to be the balance in everything. They want to come and balance everything out. And that can be draining. You cannot balance everything out. You only can balance yourself. And if you're at peace and you're completely balanced yourself, you'll be a magnet to those same type of experiences. And so this is a learning experience for me, but it is so exciting, to be done with taking care of others. I do it if I want to, but I don't have an obligation. In this chapter of my life, I have a adult son. I don't have a minor that's dependent on me. I don't have a sick mother that's dependent on me. I'm literally free in this chapter to just care about what I need. And that is so freeing and exciting, because whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. I don't have to schedule my life around anybody else anymore. And I don't have to care if they like my decisions or not anymore. It's just freeing. It's freeing to go through a trial or a tribulation in your life and come out feeling better and feeling less obligated to people, because that's our downfall. We give our stock too much into other people instead of putting that stock back into ourselves, because you are the only person you're going to have from the time you were born to the time you leave. And so you can't put too much energy into others, because unfortunately people are fickle, you know, and they will leave you. One thing that don't leave you is you and the Most High. And so that's why I feel my focus is now, and that's what shifted me. I don't care anymore. If I say I can't do it, I don't have that pit in my stomach feeling like I'm let somebody down or this and that. I only care about letting myself down and letting God down now. And that relieves me from having those. Even when that arises, because I'm a people pleaser by nature, I was. It automatically gives the same body effects when I say no. So it's going to be a work in progress. So when I say no, my body wants to do autopilot and say yes. So I do have sometimes the anxiety in the stomach until it subsides, you know. And that's just like, I just think a body reaction to not doing what I'm used to doing, not saying yes, not answering the phone. Like, you don't have to answer your phone every time somebody calls. Because when you sit down and think about it, people don't answer their phone every time you call. Stop trying to be what other people aren't for you. And that's what I had to learn. You're trying to overdo what you wish somebody would do for you, but as a result, those people do the opposite. So it's best to just not, right? Just if you don't feel like answering the phone, you don't feel like having a conversation, don't answer it and don't feel bad about it. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb and don't feel bad about it. Say no and don't feel bad about it. And that's a daily thing that I'm going through. Because when people are used to you being the go-to person, you have to retrain them. So they're going to call you first or they're going to text you first, but how you respond to that is how you're retraining the situation with that person, right? And so I've learned that those people that I used to just answer the phone for this and that, and I stop, and they find somewhere else to call. They'll find something else to do. The world is not going to end, and I'm going to be peaceful at the end of the day. And also follow your gut, people. If your phone ring or a text or something comes through and your stomach is telling you not to even engage, don't fucking engage. You owe nobody nothing. So if your intuition telling you, you know, the energy that they got, you not on that, don't even respond, don't even reply, don't even get entangled in that. Do exactly what your gut told you to do. Because people will call you when they're miserable, and sometimes you don't hear shit from them when things are going good in their life. So when you spot that and you know that a person is calling you, you already know, oh Lord, they're coming to trauma dump or want me to solve a problem for them. Ignore it and feel good about it. That's just the mode I'm in now, because that's what's helping me love me more. Stop exalting myself. It's just exhaustion after exhaustion, and I never get that in return. So now that I know, I'm the type of person that would never get what I give in return. So now I'm going to be very cautious on what I give out and who I give it to and how long I'm doing it, because I'm not finna overexhaust myself for someone else that I know for a fact wouldn't do it for me. It took me going through some shit to learn that, but I'm coming to share this. Hopefully, if you're a people pleaser too, don't wait till something happen that you need the same people that you're breaking your back for just to find out they won't be there for you the same way. It's only one you. So understand, nobody's going to love like you. They ain't going to be loyal like you. They're not going to be people pleasing like you. The people that's coming to you, they don't have that in them because they coming to you. You're not going to get a you out of them. So start putting yourself first now and don't be disappointed in the future. You'll see how freeing that feels. You'll see how just moving on your own time, moving on your intuition frees you up. Spiritually, mentally, and health-wise, because you're not carrying other people's shit. So, you know, your vitals are going to be great. No stress. Because a lot of our stress, especially as women, our shit be coming from other people. Because we trying to, you know, fix everything. Ladies, stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't let nothing or no one be more important than you. And I think you'll be good. It's been going so good, so far so good for me. For the past 3 years, it's been doing really good. But this current year, I've really been putting my foot down as a mother too with my son. Because it's like, now it's time for you to, I'm not your pleaser either. Like, mama got to focus on herself. So you need to make your life a focus, because I'm not the cleanup guy. Make sure your shit clean on the first round, so you don't need a cleanup, guys. So that independence, I'm really pushing that on him this year, so I can have my full independence, you know. And then I can see you doing your own thing. You know what I mean? It's like, it's time now. And I want you to stay focused. I know, you know, when we're in our 20s or whatnot, we're not really worried about the shit you worry about when you're in your 40s. But me being in my 40s and he's in his 20s, I can give you a little bit of glimpse of, if you don't do what you're supposed to be doing and focus on what you're supposed to focus on now, what can, you know, grow into your life. You can end up experiencing certain things that you can avoid. You know, I didn't have anybody that gave me a blueprint or a cheat sheet. My mom, of course, she gave me game, but my mom came up in the 70s, right? So I'm more closer in age to my son now. I've experienced the same type of generation, so to speak. And so I try to tell him now, choose your friends wisely. Choose the things you put your energy into wisely. Now, don't be overdrained. Don't be a people pleaser. Always put yourself first. Always check in with yourself first, and then move forward. And so, that's my little ramble. That is my little ramble. Because I felt we need to know it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. And you'll start feeling good. At first, it feels so uneasy. I still go through that. But eventually, you won't even care. You're going to say no and move on with your life. And it's going to feel good to you because you're not obligated. I don't know why we have this internal sense of obligation to others that makes us do this people pleasing just effortlessly. But it's time to stop. When that autopilot kicks in and you think you're going to say yes, I need you to step in and say no, or I'll think about it, or I'll get back to you. Do not immediately say yes to solve and please others. Check in with yourself first and see if it's in alignment with you. If not, let it go. They'll find someone else to do it. I promise. So I'll see you guys in my next episode. Enjoy your day. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. It's Sunday, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.